Hey guys, what's going on? I'm going to do a little bit more of a controversial video today. If you are a Democrat or you don't support Donald Trump, you might not want to watch this video, that's fine. But I'm going to talk a little bit about a new presentation that Shah Gilani just put out about what could happen if or when Trump wins the 2024 election. So first of all, I want to make a quick shout out to Roger Scott again. So I just took another Roger Scott stealth surge alert trade and I've already started to trim profits off on it. This will be the 7th trade in a row that I've won from stealth surge alerts. I'll leave a link in the description below. This program has been phenomenal. I think he's on his 18th or 19th win in a row. I've only been following this for the last 6 or 7 now. I've included videos that I've done in the past down at the bottom of this article, so you can go through here. If you want to learn more, just go to one of these links here, click learn more here about Roger Scott's stealth alerts, and it'll take you to the page where you can sign up and get emails and watch a webinar all about Roger Scott's stealth surge alerts. One of the best programs I've ever come across for swing trading options, a couple of trades every week. If you go down to the bottom of this article, I've put on an interview with Roger, me interviewing Roger here. Worth watching, especially if you're skeptical of Roger or his background. He goes into a lot of details there. He's worked with some of the best qualified people in the world, including people that worked with Donald Trump. So there's a guy, I think his name's Kevin Hassett, something like that. It's probably in here somewhere. Kevin Hassett. He was a former senior advisor to President Donald Trump, and he worked closely with Roger Scott at CHP Asset Management, which is really cool. So he's definitely been around for a long time. Roger's got a stellar track record, and I've put some of his stats and things in this article that you can check out as well. This is probably my #1 options recommendation for swing trading options at the moment. It's not the cheapest one. It ranges in price, and I'll let Roger in his presentation tell you what that is, if he gives a special deal when you click on one of these links. But it is a phenomenal program. I've had a lot of success with it, as you can see from every video that I've published down the bottom here. Every video, 55% on Amazon, 18% on TSN, 23%, and it just goes on and on and on. So I'm loving it. There's full track record, full transparency. Definitely check it out. All right, so moving on from Roger Scott to the topic of today's video. This is going to be relatively short. I don't want to spend a lot of time talking about this. I know it's quite polarizing. The election's coming up in, I think, about 12 days from now. And this is something that you might want to check out if you're a Trump supporter or if you just, want to learn more about the Trump economy. So there's a lot of talk, a lot of rhetoric. Some of this may be true, some of it may not. It's worth fact checking, of course. It comes to you from a guy called Shah Gilani. And for you guys that don't know what this is the Forbes.com website. This is his claim to fame, right? So if you know what the VIX is, which I'm hoping a lot of you do, he was part of the crew using options premiums on OEX puts and calls to calculate market volatility, which later became known as the VIX. So this guy is a legend, and it's worth listening to things he put out. Now, he may put out stuff that you don't agree with. Maybe you're not a Republican, but it's definitely worth listening to the presentation that he just put out via Manword Press, which is this one right here. I'll leave a link in the description below so you can get this full presentation. And it's really interesting. And it might take you a while to fact check because it's got so much information in it about the stock wave that hit when President Trump became the president, all the lies and nonsense that came along with the transition of power, and how Trump's economy really did benefit many people. And the hope is that this is going to continue when Trump, or if Trump wins the 2024 election. And this is something that if you get on early, you might actually be able to learn about some of the best positioned stocks that will benefit from another Trump presidency. So if you read this, you can read the transcript, but I'll also put the link in the description for the full video. If we click on the transcript here, you can see it's fairly long. You can go through it all. It's about this document 20, which is a new document, or it's kind of code named, so it's not, if you look for document 20 online, you won't find anything about it. But it's basically Shah's sort of interpretation of what will happen on particular stocks that will soar over the next 4 years under a Trump presidency. So it's definitely worth checking it out. Again, you can get the whole transcript here. All you do is when you go to the video, so I'll leave a link for the video. It might actually, if I refresh this, it might come up. Yeah, it does. So you have this silly little thing. Here's the video right here. I listened to the video because I prefer that. you can read the transcript. If you want to read the transcript, best thing to do is to start the video.
My fellow American patriots, President Donald J. Trump is back and looks poised to retake the Oval Office.
At this point in time, the polls are all suggesting that he is poised to retake the Oval Office, especially if there's a polling error, which there has been over the last 2 election cycles. Who knows? Could have been changed. Who knows what's going to happen? But it's looking very optimistic that we'll have another Trump presidency.
When he does, you can expect another revolution to sweep through the stock market, just like during his first term. Trump has forcefully set into motion a strategic plan, codenamed Document 20, that'll send stocks soaring over the next 4 years. And I'm not talking about some made-up document like Project 2025 or anything like that. Document 20 was put together by President Trump himself and contains his plan that could send some stocks up more than 1,000% over the next 4 years.
This webinar is just packed with stuff. If you want to read the transcript, if you look what I just did, I watched a little bit of the video, then I just moved up to the top here. This pops up and you can click read transcript and get to the transcript page right here. So you can go through this, and if you're this way inclined, you can go through and you can fact check everything, like what the Dow did under Trump versus Biden. You can go and check out what the NASDAQ did under Trump versus Biden, what sectors worked well, what stocks worked well, and what's expected to happen under another Trump presidency. This has definitely got a lot of credibility, and I know 50% of you guys out there will probably totally disagree with this video. That's just how this country is now. It's polarized from left and right. But it's definitely worth educating ourselves on these things and checking things and trying to figure out if the economy will benefit from a Trump presidency. Even if you're not interested in this, if you're not a Trump supporter, it's definitely worth watching this new Document 20 webinar from Shah Gilani. Anyway, hopefully it's helpful. You'll find all the links in the description below, and I'll talk to you guys soon.